Hi, I'm Alanna, creator of Controlled Chaos and veteran salon owner specializing in curly hair. I've been doing hair for many, many years and never found a product that worked really great for my curls and my clients with curls. So I created Controlled Chaos. And we get questions all the time about how will it work on this curl type or that curl type, or if my hair is long or short or coarse or soft. So we have 3 models here today that we're going to be able to show how the product works on their hair. So we're going to have them introduce themselves and go through the curl types. And first I'd like for them to just explain to each of you who are watching what their hair feels like and what they think about their hair, so that you can be able to maybe relate to the hair type. And we're going to have a series of this with, continuing on with all the curl types you can imagine. We have tons and tons of videos on our site now, controlledchaoshair.com. But I think whenever we do like Instagram Live or we bring a model on to do videos for Facebook and things like that on social media, we assume that everybody knows they can go to controlledchaoshair.com to find their hair type, but I don't think people actually know that. So I thought we would get these 3 awesome ladies here to explain to you guys what their experience with their hair has been and with the product. So we'll just go down the line and start with our first model.
Hi, my name is Olivia. So growing up, my hair was always super thick and curly and pretty hard to manage because, can't brush your hair when it's curly, and so you get flyaways and out of control and things like that. And I just had the most awful time trying to find a product that worked for me. I tried natural stuff, I tried over-the-counter stuff, I tried pretty much everything that you can think of, all the DIY Pinterest stuff, and it didn't really work out because it's just so heavy and can get so crunchy and crackly. And when I started to try Controlled Chaos, everything changed. It's light, it's bouncy, it's airy. I mean, I can actually move my head. Really exciting.
Yeah, show that off. Look at how the hair can move. It's not staying like a crispy helmet with the hair kind of like stuck in one place, which is, I wanted my hair to feel like hair. I wanted my clients to be able to feel like, the straight-haired models that can move their heads and have hair that feels like hair. So I really wanted to create a product with movement and but still enough hold to keep the frizz at bay without any crispy feeling or oily feeling. So Olivia has 2B curls. We all have variations everywhere, so for the most part she's got 2 B curls that are soft and a little bit on the looser side, but still you can get frizz no matter how tight or loose your curl type is, right? That's something that is our we're battling. So we styled her earlier today with Controlled Chaos, and so you guys can see an experience from her describing her own hair, not just me speaking for our models. I like for them to kind of have a discussion so that the public can know what they're going to experience when they try the product. One of the great things about Controlled Chaos is that it works on all curl types, which is what we're here to talk about, and I wanted to prove it today. So you just use one product that's good for, it does a multitude of things. It's a leave-in conditioner, detangler, keeps frizz at bay, so it forms a really nice curl. It also has sunblock in it, so it's awesome for color treated hair, or if you don't have color treated hair but you don't want your hair to get too light in the summertime, or if you're going on vacation, it's really great for protection. And it is a shine serum, so if you look really closely at the hair you can see how really shiny it is, and you'll see that on all the curls that we're about to look at. So instead of having to cocktail something for, like a leave-in conditioner and then some sort of gel or mousse or whatever it is you're using to form a sort of cast around the curl to keep the curl from frizzing, and then putting something to soften the cast on top of that, which is what we all are doing all the time, right? Sound familiar?
Yeah.
So you just use one thing and it does it all. So, and you can see how well it works. And it's also super cool because the way that it works on all hair types, you get the same result just by using a different amount of product based on your hair type and what the weather's like that day. So you'll use twice as much product on a rainy day or a, like a humid day. I use very little product when I'm in a drier climate than I do compared to if I'm in a humid climate. So if Olivia's doing her hair, she's probably going to use about half a teaspoon or so, apply from the ends up and keeping away from the scalp, and she can let it air dry or use a diffuser, and this is what it looks like. So moving on down the line, this is our next model. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us your curl type.
So my name is Tanae and my curl type is 4A. Normally my hair is pretty dry, especially around my face, and then right in that spot in the back that you lay on that gets all frizzy and all messed up. And I would say my hair is pretty dense, really, really thick, and then I also have a lot of shrinkage for sure, and my hair takes forever. It could take like 2 days to fully dry with the amount of products that I have to put into my hair. Like you said, I usually do 3 products. I do a leave-in, a cream, and then an oil. And that's the only way I can get my hair from not getting all frizzy. So being able to just use one product and get way better results than I've had before is unbelievable for sure.
So what does it usually look like compared to this? We're gonna post up some of the before pictures as well, so we can see how the hair has changed just from one styling. But why don't you describe how different this is compared to what?
Yeah, so typically after I do my hair, it feels super slimy, it sticks to the side of my neck, and then it's kind of like crunchy around my edges, and it's hard. I can definitely like squeeze it and feel like my curls are breaking.
You can hear it going clink clink.
Yeah, it kind of sticks and feels like gel wet, not like a comfortable, moist, what you want your curls to feel like, not a bouncy type of moisturization. Whereas now it feels really, really light. It feels like true moisture, not like I am putting product upon product on top of my curls to make them look moist. Right?
Which is exactly, thank you for bringing that up, because that's what oils can do, and butters and things like that. When we overdo it, it's just layering it on top, and that's kind of shiny, but you can tell that the hair underneath isn't really getting what it needs. It's just kind of shiny, but you don't know why, but it's just not quite right. And now it looks like the hair is shiny because it does help to repair the hair and smooth the cuticle layer down and seal up those split ends as well. So do you usually have your ends looking a little drier than this?
Yep, absolutely, and frizzy, to the point where I have to, re-wet them and then put like more oil on top of them, and it's a mess.
Yeah, but that oil can't really absorb the molecules. They're usually too fat to get into the hair, so it's not really repairing the hair. It's just sitting on top and doing, I guess, the least of all evils, but not really what we are looking for. So you can't hear it. There's no crispy crunchiness. Yes. It's super soft. We've been touching it for a while too, so you don't have to worry about it. Like, she can wear this hair up and then take it down later and shake it out and it will curl back up because it has memory. So now that her hair has fully dried in this position, she can sleep on this and wake up tomorrow and spritz a little water on it with our Flairosol bottle, and it will go right back to this. So she can get 3 or 4, maybe 5 days out of these curls. It'll just get a little bit bigger and a little bit looser, but it will last quite a while for you too. So you don't have to go through the styling daily. This is a really great example with these two sitting next to each other, and then we're going to have another example coming up next, but she will use about 1/4 of the amount of product that she will use. So for this hair type, you'd use more product, and because we want to add weight to this to get a softer, kind of smaller look. The frizz will still be kept away if she uses less product, but the hair will be bigger, so you can do that too if you want to. You get to like have complete control over how you want the curls to look by using more or less product. So if it's rainy, she would use, oh gosh, probably a full teaspoon, maybe a little bit more of Controlled Chaos curl cream, whereas she would use a half a teaspoon at most. So it's really, it's so simple. It makes your life so easy too, because you just need one thing. So it does everything for you. You don't need to pack 15 different things, and it actually is really repairing. So we've got one more curl type today. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us your curl type.
So my name is Rowan. I have a 2C-ish curl type. My hair growing up has changed a lot, actually. I've been through like a couple years where my hair was super straight almost, like barely wavy, and then when I was little it was like little Shirley Temple curls. So my hair's fluctuated a lot, but through all that it's always been super thick, it's always been super long, and it's always been pretty fine. So like each individual hair on my head is like finer than say yours, but I've always had trouble controlling frizz. That's usually been my like biggest concerns. My hair is pretty good about curling itself, but I've always had super frizzy hair, and like, you know, like little baby flyaways everywhere. And the only way I had been able to control it is with gel, which I absolutely hate because you have to like apply it when it's wet, and then you have to like let it dry, and then you have to like break it, and it just like, it doesn't feel healthy for my hair to be like cracking it to like make it soft again. And either that, or I just honestly suck it up and deal with the frizziness. So when I started using Controlled Chaos, I was so happy to see that like my hair was doing what I knew it wanted to do, which was like bunch up and curl and be super bouncy and healthy, and also really have like that sleek look that like everybody with curly hair wishes they could have. But now you can, because you just need one product, which is Controlled Chaos.
That's one of my favorite things too. I have clients all the time that say they'll come to my salon and want their hair blown out straight, or something to kind of just always kill the curl. You know, there's more like flat irons and this steam thing and that tool to kill the curl all the time. And I'm so happy that now it's finally like our time. Like curls are back, and it's like, we earned this. So that makes me so happy too when clients are in my chair or at some of my in some of my stylist chairs at my salon, and they find out that they've had this hair all along. They never knew that they had curls. They thought their hair was frizzy because they didn't know how to take care of it. They didn't know what products to use. They broke all the rules with, you know, as far as brushing it, or just like there's lots of simple little things that once you learn, you have amazing hair. If you've got any frizz at all or any texture at all, you have curls. So if you think, oh, if my hair looked like that, I'd wear it curly too, but I have to blow it out all the time because my hair isn't like yours. Yes, it is. It's like one of ours, or, you know, there are 10 more models that will be coming up in another version of what we're doing today. They all thought the same thing. Everybody with frizzy hair thinks, oh, but my hair's frizzy. It's not good curl, and everybody has good curl. They just need to know how to make it happen. So yes, Rowan was saying that she has thick hair, but then she said fine hair, and I think she meant a lot of hair, right? Is that what you mean? You have fine strands, but a ton of hair. So yeah, she's got a lot of hair. So same thing, because she has a lot of hair, it's fine, so it does spring up quite nicely. And so for this hair type in particular, this product is life-changing because it won't weigh it down. So there are a lot of products that might work on this hair type. They'll still feel a little greasy or crunchy, but they might be, you know, the curly brands that are out there are meant a lot for this type and curlier, and they're very oily and heavy because it's meant to weigh the hair down. I wanted to create something that could work for everyone, so she uses this and just uses less of it than she does, and nobody gets greasy.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because I definitely use products that are probably more geared towards the like four range curls, and they always make my hair super like stuck to my head. I look like a wet cat. It's not a cute look.
Yeah, and so we want something. I mean, it's It's meant to calm curls. People ask all the time, will this make my straight hair curly? No, it's not going to create curls out of nowhere. And we also get asked, can I use it on permed hair? Yes, it's for textured hair. Any type of texture, any type of frizz, anything that's not pin straight, yes, this is for you. And it will create, even if you have the slightest little bit of frizz, you'll get beachy waves out of your hair instead of the slightest bit of frizz. So Rowan is someone who's been using the curl cream for about 6 months now, so she's going to be able to speak from experience and how she uses it, her little tips and tricks to get through her days with her curls.
Yeah. So I started using Controlled Chaos about 6 months ago, and before that, honestly, when I had a bad hair day, I just like sucked it up and dealt with it because I don't like dealing with a lot of hair products. So when I started using it, I was like, oh my god, wow, I can have a good hair day every day. This is exciting. I freelance model, so having the like peace of mind, knowing that like I can use one product and it's gonna work, and I'm gonna have a good hair day when I go on set is always really nice. I also bring it with me when I have a shoot. I'll put some in a water bottle like this, so I'll put like, you know, a drop or two of the Controlled Chaos curl cream into a Flairosol bottle like this with water in it, so you end up with a diluted curl cream, and I use that to basically touch up my hair throughout the day because, you know, if I'm in a studio and the lights are on and it gets really hot and so it'll start frizzing up a little bit, or I might be doing something outdoors and it's super windy and my hair gets all messed up, I can just take 5, I can spray some into my hair and basically redefine my curls and retain the frizz again. And putting it in the water, like diluting the solution, basically it makes it just like way easier to redistribute into my hair, because if I were like on set, my hair is dry and I take a little dollop of curl cream, it'll probably end up just like fixing one spot. So diluting it in the water is really great, and the formula is what makes that possible. It's like super smooth and super liquidy. It's like not like some like clunky like gel or like hair, I don't know, custard or whatever. So it dissolves really well into the water.
Which is something I actually, sorry to interrupt you, wanted to bring up too, because we've heard a lot of like the, I forget what it is with the bowl, but it's not plopping, but it's one of these things that we are doing with curls now. There's something new every day, but putting your hair in the bowl of water so that it's soaking wet. It is a technique that works. It's something you don't really have to go that crazy for. We're going to show you how to do that in the shower so you don't have to take so long to do your hair, because I like being, you know, in and out of the house. I'm not a like, let's sit in front of the mirror for 2 hours before we can leave and get on with our lives type of girl. So you can do that with Controlled Chaos without putting that much effort in. But something that I've heard a few curl influencers and other curly hairstylists mention is that when you're using a product for curls, you want to make sure that it will mix with water, because if your product is repelling water and it's not mixing with water, that's a good sign that it's not going to actually repair your hair, which is kind of what we were talking about over here with the oils laying on top of the hair. So if you're using a curly product, you can test that by just putting it in some water, mixing it up a little bit, and making sure that they actually do mix and it's not like a salad dressing or an oil and water. So that way she gets her curls back, like we say all the time. The product has memory, so if she gets a little frizz from who knows what you do, swinging from the trees sometimes in a like photo shoot, right, hanging upside down, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you just spritz a little water and press, and you can do that for second day curls. That's what I do too. I wake up looking like a crazy witch every day, and I mean, you would never think that you could just spritz a little water and press it and have the hair go back to looking like it's nicely formed curls, but it works. You just kind of have to spritz it on there and then wait for it, and don't stress out, just wait, go away for a little while, and then look at yourself in the mirror and go, oh wow, it's back. So
like let it soak in is what I've noticed. If I like spritz my hair, I just have to like take a couple minutes and let it like really soak in, and then I can go back and kind of like, you know, spin the curl around my finger and it's like good to go again.
Which we don't get that, right? So you haven't experienced much of this yet, because this is her first time trying the product. So you're probably looking forward to being able to like have a life.
I wouldn't say like hours, but
probably like a solid hour to detangle my hair and put enough product in it.
And then if you wear it up, are you ever able to wear it up in a ponytail and then take it down and just go about? Yeah.
No.
That's
definitely not.
Yeah. So you can do that now. So of course, you know, you want to do a loose ponytail, but I mean, you can even go, it's kind of gross, but I tell everybody that I do it anyway, because we all do sneak and do it once in a while. But I've gone running before with my hair up and didn't have time for a full-on shower and a hair redo, so you just do the body shower and then just shake it back out, spritz it with a little water and go, and it will look just like this again. And that's not anything we can do with curls, right? That's like life-changing. So now I really just wanted everyone to have like straight hair. I wanted to be able to have the life of a straight-haired girl with curls. And so we can do that now, which is really cool and super different, because there's not another product out there that's going to remember where it was styled and have the curls go back right where they were, just with a little water. So you want to make sure that you're using a product that will mix with water. And we've heard so many, the silicone scare drives me insane, because not all silicones are created equally, and we use dimethicone. It's one of the best products for hair and skin. If you check your makeup, you probably have dimethicone in your makeup and you put it on your skin every day. So for people to judge all silicones equally is completely unfair. We use dimethicone. It's amazing for the hair, and it's water soluble in our formula. So you'll be able to see it mix with water, and you'll feel completely safe knowing that it's not going to stick to your hair. It's going to rinse right out. You'll feel like you've just had a leave-in conditioner in your hair, right? When you get your hair wet.
Yeah, it just like rinses right out like a conditioner would. Wow.
Yeah. So there's nothing drying about it like a gel would be, with, you know, a ton of alcohol just kind of keeping the hair in a crispy little shape, and then when you go to get it wet, it feels even drier. And an oil, just when you get your hair wet, it just repels the water, so you can't get any moisture in either, because the oil is blocking the water and the moisture from getting in. You want to use products that are full of calming ingredients like rosemary, chamomile, lavender. We have all this great stuff in our formula that's really good for calming curls down. And then we seal those against the cuticle layer with the layer of dimethicone. And that layer of dimethicone helps keep the humidity out. So all the good stuff is pressed against the hair, and then the humidity stays away because you have this nice little protective layer. But you want to make sure that rinses away when you get your hair wet. You don't even need shampoo. You can feel it rinsing down right when you just get it wet with water. So as long as you are using dimethicone with a water-soluble formula like we are, then silicones are perfectly great for hair. So the CG method didn't work for me, didn't work for my clients. That's why I created this. But I know that there are some people that are just die hard about this silicone myth, and you know, it's 20 years ago. A lot of things have happened in the past 20 years that have changed the rules about that. So don't be afraid of that, because it's one of the best things for hair and skin. And I mean, people think, I guess, like using silicones over time will cause damage. I've been using this product for 10 years. My hair is fabulous and it's never been this healthy. I always have had dry ends, no matter, like I'll get a haircut and need a haircut that same day, because you just have frizz, don't you? Like notice, like, didn't I just get a haircut and it still feels frizzy? And your hair, I mean, you have long hair. Do you notice that it's healthier than...
So like about a month after I started using it, I actually like had friends that were like, your hair looks so good. And I'm like, hey, because it's healthy now. Because I'm not trying to destroy it.
So yeah, everybody should know the silicone thing is a myth, and if you're using the right products that are made for curls and the silicone's water soluble, you're all set.
Somebody wants to know, they want their curls to be tighter.
Me too. I tried my whole life to like stretch them out and make them go away, and now I'm like, oh, I want them to be like tighter. So it depends on really weather is going to make your curls shrink up more if you live in a humid environment.
Just to prevent them too, just prevent, like, don't comb your hair. Like,
Yeah, don't wear your hair up a lot either. If you wear your hair up a lot, you can permanently stretch your curls. So if you have to wear it up, use a very loose hair tie and a loose ponytail, and make sure you move it around a lot. So wear it down here one day, and down here another day, and up top the next day, so you're not putting pressure on the same area with the hair tie. And if you want to encourage more volume, just use less product and use a diffuser to blow dry, because air drying will dry the hair more slowly, so the water weight is kind of hanging, you know, on the hair and pulling it down as it dries, so that makes it half the size as when we diffuse it probably, so so that will help. But we're in New England and my hair is about to get a lot curlier because all winter it's really dry because the air is so dry here from the, you know, heat being on and stuff, and now it's going to be like summertime and nice and humid outside, so I'll be getting my curls back a little bit more too.
How do I get the cut if my stylist isn't trained?
Tell your stylist to go to learnthecut.com and they can get trained for free online. So there's no traveling to anywhere, there's no hotel expense, there's, you know, it's so easy. And I mean, I wanted to ask Sarah, how did you feel the first time someone sat in your chair with curly hair and you didn't have any training as a hairstylist?
You want a nice blowout? Nice straight blowout? I've never had that before. Really, is how I felt. I just didn't, I was so like, I don't know what to do with this. I know like my friends back in middle school used to put like a crap ton of gel in their hair, and it's,
Didn't we all?
yeah, I just didn't know what to do, honestly. But
You want to just run?
run. The other way.
And that's how generally how a lot of hairstylists feel, especially if they don't have curls. And a lot of hairstylists have straight hair or just wavy hair. So when they see, you know, this walk in, I mean, if you see your hairstylist make a crazy face, you too can walk in the other direction. Do not sit down. But we are trying to train stylists all over the world as often as possible. So we have webinars a lot, and we have our whole training center set up at learnthecut.com. So if you have stylist friends, tell them to go there. It's so easy. They can learn it from their salon or from home. I'm here all the time. I've got stylists here that work at my salon to help guide them along the way.
We're always on our Instagrams, so you can find us.
Yep. And we share experiences all the time with how to deal with every single curl type, how to get the best results, and how to get clients to understand, you know, what they
don't just have frizz.
Yeah.
It's like you have so much potential, and then when you turn them around in that chair and they're like, I didn't even know I had this. It's such a great feeling.
The difference in our haircut as well is it's done wet with precision. So I don't know if anyone's ever had another type of curly haircut, but I've been through training and had clients that were getting the other curly haircuts. And every curly haircut that I see that's out there is done on dry hair. And I think we deserve a precision haircut. Sorry, like why do I want to get chopped at like a hedge? Like I want a real haircut, and I deserve it. I'm not a bush, so I want a good haircut like everyone else gets.
Oh my god, that's so true.
I feel like we get cheated.
So that's
you know?
like the main difference with the controlled chaos cut is it's done on wet hair, not dry hair.
Right.
Nice.
You've had it, right?
I haven't actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
I'm
I
planning
saw
on
that.
doing
I
it in
did
a
it.
couple weeks.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so a couple of weeks
Awesome.
ago, Hannah by Hair did my controlled chaos cut. So thank you so much to Hannah. It was awesome, and honestly, I had a lot of dead ends, and it kind of looked like an orphan. So she did a great job, and Ruby's faces. When she put the controlled chaos in, I was like mind blown. Mind blown. She did the cut, she put the serum in, and I walked out of there like Beyonce. It was great.
So thanks everyone, and DM us if you have any questions. And thank you to these lovely ladies and Sarah for joining us. Bye.